program right now called Run Through Rank with Richard Bliss Brooke, and it's basically a 7 or 8 week program where the bones of it is basically that you invite somebody to take a look at the business every single day, and you're committing to, it's actually 60 days. So in 60 days time, you will have asked 60 people to take a look at the business. And for me to cross them off on my list for that day, I have to get an answer from them. The answer can be no, I don't want to take a look. The answer can be yes, or the answer can be maybe, but the answer can't be they just ignore me. So when you send something on Messenger, 5 people, and you can tell their little head pops up, they've seen it, but they don't respond to you, that's not one for the day. So I need to keep going until somebody at least answers me. So the longer you do it, you get bolder in your ask, and you start, it just kind of starts becoming part of your language, and it doesn't feel weird anymore, where you will talk to strangers about it, you will talk to anybody about it. So it's kind of a good headspace for me to be in. So part of what he taught us is in crafting a compelling invitation for somebody to say yes or no, there's a couple key components that you need. So he gave us 8 things. He said 8 steps to apply to be an authentic inviter. And these first 8 steps, I won't go into detail because we don't have time, but these are the ones you would use if you're getting to know someone. So you really only have 2 people that you're ever inviting to anything. Someone you already know or somebody that you're going to meet. So those are your 2 people. Okay, that makes it really easy. So for the people that you don't...
Wait, say those 2 types of people again.
People that you already know or people that you're going to meet. Okay, so the 8 steps to being an authentic inviter when you don't really know somebody well would be, you want to connect. Number 2, be curious. Number 3, be candid. Number 4, be present. Number 5, be of service. Number 6, be patient. Did you miss one of them?
I'm on number 2.
Okay, so connect, number 1.
Yeah.
Be curious, number 2. Be candid, number 3. Be present, number 4. Be of service, number 5. Number 6 is be patient. Number 7 is invite them to just take a look. And number 8 is honor the no. Honor the no. Okay, and when he talks about inviting them to just take a look, a lot of the times we're using language where we're saying things like, hey, if I would you, but then it's what we're filling in the blank with of the if I would you. And sometimes we're saying things like, if I shared this business clip with you, would you take a look? If I shared this book with you, would you read it? Richard's languaging is teaching us, so weird, it's like we're on a first name basis, Richard. RBB. His languaging is designed to make it more compelling than something generic like, if I gave you this, would you take a look? Because that can apply to anybody. So you want to make it so specific to them that they really can't say no to your invite. So that's approaching people you don't know. So if you are approaching somebody that you do know, you have 3 things that you want it to be.
Hey, can you stop for a second?
Yep.
I'm trying to write down what you're saying and you're going fast.
Sorry.
Make it so specific to them.
That is compelling.
It's compelling and hard to say no. And again, it's just saying no to the invite. You want them to say yes to the invite. It doesn't matter what they're saying to the business at this point. It's just the invite.
To the invitation. Okay.
So for the people that you already know, the 3 things that you want to make sure you are is you want to be candid, meaning be straight, no beating around the bush, get to the point, and be authentic.
So those 3 things?
Yep. Those
Okay,
are the
can you
3
say
things.
them again? Because I thought it was all
Be
one.
candid, get to the point, and be authentic.
Thank you.
What he says you don't want to do is something like reaching out to your friend Mary. Mary's going to be my example for everything. Okay, not our Mary, but just Mary, because that's the name he uses. So you don't want to reach out to Mary and say, hey, Mary, long time no talk. It's been 10 years. How are you? And then Mary responds back, and, you know, and then you say, oh, how are the kids? And then Mary responds back. And then you say, by the way. So you do not want to by the way people because it feels gross. Okay, so just be authentic and tell them right up front. Hey, Mary, I've started this new business. I'm really excited about it. Your name came to mind. Boom, would you take a look? Okay, so be upfront, and then whatever they answer, yes or no, then you can have your small talk and catch up with them because we still care about them as people, but don't by the way them, okay?
That's good.
So, I wish I had written
Darn
these
it.
out.
So good. Darn.
So, the next 10 things I'm going to give you are questions that you want to know before you invite somebody, okay, to take a look at the business opportunity.
Okay, hang on.
Including people that you know but haven't talked to in 10 years.
Yes, okay. So he said these 10 questions are either things that you know about people or they're things you're going to learn about people. Okay, so you would know them if, you know, we've been friends for a long time. I know that you have kids, you have dogs, you teach yoga. I know that because we're friends, you know. But if I don't know that, there's places I can go to figure that out without coming out and asking you. So you're not going to give them a questionnaire of these 10 things and say, prior to me asking you to join my business, please fill out this questionnaire of 10 questions. You need to authentically find out the answers to these questions. Okay, so I'm just going to shout out the questions. Number 1, you need to know their occupation, income, and satisfaction.
Is that all
That's
one?
all one. Number 1. Yep. Their occupation, what do they do for a living? Roughly, what do you think they make? And are they satisfied in what they're doing? Number 2 is the same thing for their spouse if they have one. So what does the spouse do? Occupation, income, satisfaction. Number 3, do they have children? Same question, what are their children's ages and interests? So children, ages, interests. Number 4, friends and influence.
Friends and influence?
Influence, yep.
So who are their friends?
Yep, you want to know a little bit about their friends. You know, if you go on Facebook and they have 72 friends versus someone that has 1,000, which one's probably more influential?
Okay.
Okay. Number 5, clubs, passions, and fan pages. In case you haven't figured it out, you're going to need to Facebook stalk people or Instagram stalk people. That's where we're going with this.
Clubs, passions, and
Fan pages.
Fan pages. So what they've liked.
Mm-hmm. You need to know a little bit about their health and fitness. Their health and fitness. That's number 6. Number 7, travel and vacations. Number 8, spare time, recreations, and interests. What is this reminding you guys of? Form, yeah. It's like an expanded form list.
Except it's in stalker version
Totally.
instead of conversation version.
Spare time. What do they do in their spare time? Recreation, interests. Number 9, material possessions and debt.
Say that again?
Material possessions and debt.
Thank you.
You'll know if someone is into, you know, do they own a lot of boats? Do they, you know, have RVs? Like, what are the things that they like to do for fun with those material possessions? Do they carry a lot of debt or do they pay cash for those things? Number 10 is retirement options and plans.
Hey, guys, come over here. What's this?
Okay, so those are the 10 things to know. The next thing I'm going to give you is the question. This is what you're going to use to invite people, and then we're actually going to role play, okay? So the question you can use for everybody. It's a universal question. This may not be for you, and that's okay with me. This may not be for you, and that's okay with me. So you're giving them permission to say no, okay? I know exactly, and exactly is underlined or in italics. It's some way for exactly to stand out. I know exactly how you can blank. Or I know a way, I know an exact way you can blank. But I like the words, I know exactly how you can blank, okay?
It's like Big Al.
Would it be worth it to you to just take a look? Would it be worth it to you to just take a look? So this may not be for you, and that's okay with me. I know exactly how you can blank. Would it be worth it to you to just take a look? So when he had us do this live on the call, he did not give us any notice that we needed to know these 10 things about people. He just asked us to come prepared to talk about a business prospect. And everything he teaches is business. It's not oils, it's just business. So be prepared to talk about a business prospect. Not knowing what the 10 questions were, he started talking to the people coaching on the call and said, tell me about Susie. And they were like, well, I don't know exactly what she does how would I know what she makes? He was like, oh, you can Google it. So he's over here talking to her on a live webinar, got his phone, and he's like, oh, nurses, yeah, they make about, and then he spit out whatever the salary was that they make. And he was asking these questions, and then he goes, so tell me about your prospect, Susie. What's her profile picture? And the girl's like, I'm pretty sure it's her with her husband. Where are they? I think they're in front of a hill. He's like, nope, they're standing in water. Where is that? I don't know, but they might travel. And so the invite she would have offered, it turned out it was actually a guy and his wife. And the invite she was offering to him, he works in a hospital, he's some kind of skilled profession in a hospital, technician of some sort. The wife cleans in the hospital. She lives in the Philippines. They have opposite schedules. They never see one another. They have kids. She would love to go to the Philippines, but they can't afford it. So the girl was like, well, I said, I have this book you can read. Would you look at it? And he was like, not very compelling, is it? Let me tell you how I would do that. I mean, and he wasn't mean about it.
He's mean, but he's straightforward.
So when he was talking to her, he pulled out such information from her and was able to look at Facebook, and he was like, look at this guy's profile pictures. Chinook salmon fishing, surfing, salmon fishing, surfing. Oh, here's one of his wife. Oh, the Philippines. So his invite to the guy, or her invite to the guy, using this same formula, which I have to go back and look, was, hey, this may not be for you, and that's okay with me. I know exactly how you can spend 6 months out of the year fishing for world-class Chinook salmon, 6 months out of the year surfing the best beaches around the world, 6 months out of the year, if you choose, visiting your wife's family in the Philippines. Would that at least be a way, would that be worth it for you to take a look? That's the compelling invite, and that's how you build it, because you've handed them everything that they want, that they've told you that they want. And he's like, don't you feel guilty about Facebook stalking? That is a public advertisement. That is them advertising their whole life to you. You've got it all right there. You need to click on their about list. You need to look at their pages. You need to know what sport teams they like. Because when you are inviting them and you're trying to speak their language and offer them something, they can say no to, would you read this book about before your career? They can't say no to, I have a way for you to fish around the world and surf anytime you want and button up your retirement in less than 5 years. Would you take a look? Yeah, I think I would.
Button up your retirement in less than 5 years. I'm writing that down.
So that's how you build the compelling invite. So I thought it would be fun if you guys want to, and if we have time to kind of do this together, and you can tell us what your prospect, and together we'll write a compelling invite for that particular person. So you ready?
Yeah, so we're at 14 minutes, and I think I'm going to stop it,
Okay.
and then that way this will,
Good. They
that
know
stands
the
alone.
formula. Perfect.